What's up, everybody? This is Brad, and we are checking out the trailer for Fortnite Override. And I'm not sure what's going on here with this device, but it looks like a gigantic video game console and cartridge is being loaded into the Fortnite island. Looper 1. So, this already looks a lot different. Here we go. Oh boy. Well, Jonesy, I guess, is recovered. It's the same old Jonesy he's always been, though. They refuse to update his design, man. There's been like 4 new hopes. Well, there's Crash and Spyro. Wow. Look at all these weird skins. Oh god, there he was. Green Hill Zone. Not Sonic. Man. Green Hill Zone. What the? That wasn't Tails. Talking about Tails. Wait a minute. What the? What is this? I don't know what it was supposed to be, but it was okay. There was Mega Man. Okay, there was not Mario Kart. I'm hoping some of these are teasing something else. I saw Mortal Kombat in there, but they've already been in the game. Some FPS knockoff. 1-up coin. Oh god. Well, there's Eggman. Knew Eggman was going to be a skin. Hello, Geno.
The visitor's Geno.
Okay. And nobody cares. What the? That was messed up. So this is an interesting way to start this off. It's like a big console. A retro console, and then this thing up here drops in. And we'll look at it through the trailer because I missed some of the details, but it looks like that's going to trigger maybe some kind of unique effect depending on what cartridge gets loaded up. And it looks like it's going to incorporate different elements of the various video game genres. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays. But let's get to the main thing here. See what we can point out here. So again, poor Jonesy, he's had this since Chapter 5. Vintage Jonesy has been his default, although they've moved it back and forth between from the last chapter where they were using the second default Jonesy. For some reason, they refuse to give him a new look, and I don't understand it. I know that they're probably building up to him joining the 7. Like, that's the most logical endpoint for this. But I just feel like it's long overdue. He needs a new look. Like, it seems weird that Jonesy doesn't have an official look for each chapter. You know, at the very least, you know, we're here getting towards the end of Chapter 7, and he's had this since the beginning of Chapter 5. And, like, that was when Hope was introduced. And there's now been 5 different Hope skins? I don't know, man. But anyway, it's not that big of a deal, but I just wish they would give him something. Alright, so there's the Tetris skin. As we can see right here. This is supposed to be, what's his name? Inspired by Drift. It looks like he's loading into a game. More generic characters. Was that Big the Cat on that screen? No, that's Robosonic. And that says that's Override. That's for the season. You can see the Tetris pieces, the Tetraminos or whatever they're called, dropping down. And right here at the front, look at this. They didn't even bother to hold off on it. Crash Bandicoot and Spyro right here together. Crash obviously going to be a skin. Looks a little bit wonky because they've obviously kind of done what they did with Sonic. And they've made his legs and arms longer. It doesn't look bad in my opinion. But I am really glad to see Spyro here. He'll be a sidekick for sure. I made a separate short on this. But there are already 2 dragon sidekicks in the game, and they look like they were ripped right out of Skylanders. I'm like, they gotta put Spyro in. Like that almost seemed like a tease in and of itself that Spyro was eventually gonna get in the game. So I'm happy to see him here. And then you've got this this female skin over here. This looks like it's just a generic Fortnite original fighting game skin. I mean, which I'm sure, at least I hope, we'll get some more fighting game characters represented in this season. Personally, I would like to see Killer Instinct in here because I think that game had some great character designs, a lot of variety too, and but this could easily maybe be a Tekken skin. You know, we might see Heihachi or some of those other characters from Tekken. Maybe Fatal Fury, King of Fighters. I would at least like to imagine we'll get more Street Fighter skins. Like, we haven't gotten a Street Fighter skin since Chapter 3 with that last set of from Blanca and Sakura. But let's go on and move on. That was an even better little close-up of Crash and Spyro there. I can't tell who this is in the background. Probably some just random skin. I don't know. So we collected 1-up coins this time. It looks like. I don't know what that'll be for. Now look at this. Let's go back a little bit. Okay, so here's a good look at what should be the battle pass. Let's start over here on the left. God, it's so obvious who that's supposed to be and who it's clearly not. This is gonna definitely be a stand-in for Link. And that really gets under my skin because I've had this gut feeling all year that this would be the year that we saw Nintendo do an official collab with Fortnite. And for this guy to be in the Battle Pass, and he looks so much like Link, that is making me feel like Nintendo is still on their crap about not wanting to have Nintendo characters on other consoles, and it just feels like such a tired thing at this point. Almost every media company on the face of the earth has put characters in Fortnite at this point. I mean, and it's even more frustrating for me because Nintendo, and I think even Miyamoto himself, has come out and said that they want to see Mario become just as big of a cultural icon as Mickey Mouse. I'm like, Mickey Mouse is just a few months away from being added to Fortnite in some fashion because there's an official Disney mode is coming to this game, and I don't know what's going on with D23. They have not shown this mode yet. I don't know. Maybe there's a tie-in, like a mini season that will, work with that somehow or be setting it up. But I don't know. I just bootleg Link. Is that really the best we could do? And I'm aiming that at Nintendo. Like, could you not get over yourselves, please? It's 2026. Could you please look? I mean, it's just corporate. It's marketing. It's what it is. And look, there's a Zelda series coming out soon for Netflix. Why wouldn't you want to start putting your characters in? Now, the only thing I'm going to say, and this may be pure cope from me, is that maybe this is intended to be a teaser for something Nintendo down the line. Because there's more Nintendo references later, and we already had the big Pokemon reference with the sprites from last season where you could pick between the Earth, Fire, and Water sprites, and it was red, blue, and green, just like picking your starter Pokemon. So we've got that. Maybe it's heading in that direction. Maybe Nintendo wants their own season. That way it'll be, no matter what platform you're playing on, it'll all be focused on Nintendo. Maybe that would be a good compromise for them. Okay, we won't put your skins in just, if we do put your skins in, it will be the sole focus, or it will be a major focus. Like, maybe make that pitch to them. I don't know, but I just, it's hilarious that now we've got bootleg Link in here, and they tried to give him like an eye patch to make it more distinct, but it's just obviously supposed to be Link. Then you got the spy here, who I'm going to go ahead and say is probably a stand-in for Samus. I think that it might be a stand-in for Samus, or like, I don't know. Maybe it's too techy. But some generic shooter soldier guy, this, I don't know, at a SOCOM or something. Call of Duty skin here. Not really, but just this is their take on it. Fighter game character here, clearly. And then there's this other cartoonier skin over here who I think is supposed to be associated with the other Nintendo collab, and we'll see her a little bit later. So let's watch this a little bit more. And of course, there's Crash and Spyro again. Really cool. I wonder if are they in the Battle Pass? They might be. Okay, so here we see Sonic run in to catch the gold coin for Jonesy. Of course, it's not Sonic, but it is Sonic. If you've seen the comic book that goes along with this season, it's explained that the skins for Sonic that we see in the game are robots, but they have the DNA or the bio data for Sonic, Shadow, and Knuckles. So physically, it's not them, but technically it is, because they share their personalities, and it's basically we're you if we put your brains in a robot body, like that episode of SpongeBob. Response, why don't you ask me later? Get welded. Or the classic, I don't wanna. I had to work in a SpongeBob reference. But yeah, so we see Sonic rush in. I think he looks fine. And there's some more here. You can see Eggman and Shadow here. Knuckles is supposed to be a skin. The Super Dash is going to be his a sprite. You can just barely make out the sprite. I just noticed that of Sonic. So that'll give you his Super Dash. And even the boosters work. There's a Tails sprite, which allows you to hover like him. People were saying he's going to be a sidekick or a glider. It seems like there were conflicting reports on Tails being a glider. I think officially he's listed as a glider, although in the video they referred to him as a sidekick, but he's always been Sonic's sidekick. So I don't know. I just realized here's Joker, who is not in the Battle Pass, I guess. There's a whole controversy over the Battle Pass stuff, and I'll get to that before we wrap this video up. But there's Joker from Persona 5. Look at the new island map. A lot of stuff different here. Very different map, except that the city is still there. Some of the other stuff up here, I'm guessing that this is Eggman Land up in the corner where Wonky Land was. So it looks like half of the map has been replaced. I couldn't see it. This is Geno's domain, I'm sure. There's a Pac-Man ghost. I'm sure Pac-Man will be a sidekick as well. Some kind of temple. Did you see that? If you look, a Sonic cartridge landing over here. I don't know what that's going to do, though. It's got to have some kind of an effect. KO. Look, this looks like an interesting little thing going on here. It's all digitally. There's Mega Man, but I wonder what that was supposed to be. The fighting game cartridge drops, and then it does this, but I don't know if this is just a creative choice for the map to show, like, this is a fighting game skin. Because he just kills her, and then they move on. Klombo Sprite, that's interesting. Mega Man, Mythic, and Booster. He looks good. Now let's go back. Let me go back. We can take a better look at... let's take a better look at Mega Man. Pretty good shot there of Mega Man. Classic Mega Man. I wonder if he'll have alternate styles too, because there have been a few different Mega Man designs. But Cannon Blaster, that'll be fun to use. Probably get Zero and some other skins. Let's go back here. Now look at this. That is clearly this little go-kart. That's the skin from earlier I was telling you about. This is clearly a Mario Kart inspired go-kart. And I'm guessing this is going to be a vehicle instead of an emote. Let's run this back a little bit. See if we can see how fast it's moving. If it's moving slow, it's an emote. Oh, it may be an emote. It might be her emote. But again, that looks just like the Mario Kart carts. Go-karts, whatever you want to call them. So it's clearly supposed to be Mario Kart influenced, but no Mario. Again, no Pokemon, no Link, no Zelda. Why are none of these characters showing up in this, like, incredibly popular game that wants to collab with everybody? Like, it's just so aggravating. There's look, there's a sprite for the not Link. I wonder what it does. Another sprite there looks like a Game Boy. Hold on, go back. Is that a Game Boy sprite? Or are you a Game Boy sprite? Yeah. Well, maybe not. Maybe. It's something. Here's the shooter character again. Shooting a car. And there goes that. Shotgun. Maybe you get boosts. There's the Mortal Kombat skins back for just no reason. They're not new at all. I mean, I get that they're going with the, this video games. I wonder what that little HUD thing is supposed to be. What is this, 8-bit shotgun? I get that may be what it is. It's not actually changing anything. That's just something. That's probably just an aesthetic change to make it look more, just because you've got that particular weapon. Because that gun is actually like video game inspired. Okay, big cartridge there with 1-up on it. I wonder what that's supposed to be all about. Who's running around like that? So I wonder, could we see? Let's see, who is that? Okay, so I can't tell if they're moving that fast, but I can't tell if it's another character running around him or if it's just the villain skin surrounding him here. There's that stupid Roblox skin. I do not care about it at all. It's kind of weird to put a. I don't know. I just don't care. Can't tell who any of these other characters in the background are. Looks like maybe some Geno soldiers here, but that looks like a unique one there. Eggman coming up because storyline, he is partnered with Geno here. He actually looks pretty good. Who else we got? Well, there's Geno himself. He's going to be a boss on the map, I guess. It looks like he's going to shoot Jonesy again, but it was all just a dream. And here's another weird sprite here. I don't remember seeing him out there. Peely's just playing a game. And there we wrap up the trailer. So, this is actually pretty fun. Nothing really extremely new, I guess. This is our first look at the Mega Man skin. Nice visual, official confirmation that Spyro is indeed in the game. Love that Spyro made it in. We can run through this one more time, I guess. Don't care about the Tetris skin. And, I mean, there was an issue that people were complaining about in that most of the Battle Pass skins are not collabs. We only get Sonic, I think the Tetris skin, and that's it. In my opinion, I don't really care, but I feel like the issue is with the way that Epic has teased this season. And it's been strictly with the collabs. Like, right out of the gate, when they first started pushing the season, it was Sonic. It was Tetris. Then it was Joker, I think, was the third one. You saw the Pac-Man stuff started coming out. Mega Man. There was a Tails teaser. So far, the only promotional stuff we've seen for this game has been for the collabs. And so I think it makes perfect sense for people to expect the Battle Pass then to be collab heavy. And when it wasn't, I think that people just felt kind of deceived. Like, you've been showing us all these collabs. Why are they not in the Battle Pass where, in more recent times especially, the Battle Pass skins are more relevant to the story? Not always. There's always a funny meme skin or whatever in the Battle Pass. But at least I think in this case, all of these skins are clearly supposed to be inspired by different video game genres. I don't know how important they'll be to the story itself, but I don't know. But I mean, I do feel like, hey, this doesn't feel like the way it was promoted. I think that's a valid thing to be upset about. I don't care that much, to be honest. I do think it would have been a little bit more fun if all of the characters in the Battle Pass were collabs, because that way you buy one pass, which is cheaper than most skins in the item shop, and you get 8 skins as long as you clear the Battle Pass. So a much better deal, and you would have got more characters that you actually, are familiar with. And if you don't care about the original Fortnite skins, then that's, but I don't know. But, yeah. I just think that the overall outrage over it or whatever just was kind of a little overblown, but whatever. I think Sonic looks good. I think all the characters look good so far. Gameplay looks kind of fun. I mean, I don't hate the sprites feature. I just didn't care about collecting them. I've been trying to get at least the basic ones down. I don't really care that much about the variants. But I don't know. It feels just more like you got to play all the time to make sure that you get them all, and I don't care that much. But here's the new temple. We kind of just glossed over that. Tetris Land. I still really want to know what this is supposed to be. Like, what's the deal with this? It looks like they're about to fight. Like, if there was actually a little moment where you could do a brief, 1v1, quick fighting game thing, and then move on between two characters, that would actually be pretty fun. But I'm guessing this is going to be more like a rivalries thing, like they've had before, where it'll tell you, hey, meet us here to do a one-on-one fight. And I don't know, but that would actually be really cool. Although, no, that's what it is. Never mind, I'm stupid. I'm absolutely the biggest moron. You know what this is? That's an emote. It's an emote, and you can have somebody do it with you. Because that was also an emote. God, I thought something cool was going to happen. But it looks like a fun emote. Anyway, Mega Man again. So now the big question becomes, with that key art that got leaked, and I'll put that up when we're doing that, and that's a reference to an older game. I didn't even touch on the rabbit thing. It's an older epic game. But with that key art that leaked, everything in this was already in that. I'm trying to think back on anything that was new that was not shown. But and of course there's Jonesy. Jonesy looks like he's coming out of his coma. He's come out of his coma. Maybe he will get a new outfit because he was just dreaming all that stuff, even though it actually did. It's gonna happen. But maybe once Jonesy gets healed up, he'll get a new outfit and he'll become an official member of the Seven. But going back to the key art before we wrap this up. Everything that was in that was unrevealed previously has now been confirmed. Crash is a skin. Spyro's there. Mega Man, Joker, the knockoff skins. Sora from Kingdom Hearts is in that key art. Now they had Kingdom Hearts stuff going on for D23. No mention of Fortnite. So it's interesting now that he was not here. They didn't show him at all. I didn't see him in the trailer. But we know he's coming. This got leaked a long time ago. But he's in the key art that got leaked, the unfinished key art. So my question is, since he's not here, does that when will he come? When will he show up? I'm guessing whenever they eventually launch this Disney mode, when we get closer to that, then they'll drop Kingdom Hearts in the game. And the other question I had is, okay, so we now know all these collabs. Certainly, they're not going to drop all these at once. So my question is then, is everything from that key art the entire season? Does that mean there are going to be no more surprise collabs? Are they going to drag out these ones that we know about, through the next 3 months or however long this season will last? Because if only Sonic and the Tetris character are in the Battle Pass, that leaves us with, of course, the rest of the Sonic skins. Crash and Spyro, they'll definitely be a bundle. Mega Man and his bundle at some point. Pac-Man, or whenever he shows up. What were some of the other ones? Did we say Joker already? The Persona? Kingdom Hearts when that shows up. And I think those are all the ones that we know of for sure. So that's a lot of collabs, and I'm sure they'll probably spread those out like at least one a week for all the big ones. But there are still going to be some more because they love to drop collabs. But I do hope that there's some surprises saved. And I wouldn't count Sora as a surprise at this point because everybody knows he's coming. and he's in that leaked key art. So that means they're going to be promoting this with that art at some point, unless they decided not to reveal Sora at the last minute. But I don't know. I'm hoping for some good surprises. This season will also include Fortnite Mares. I've already seen 1 or 2 rumors about that, mostly about like Freddy Krueger, but that doesn't have anything to do with the game. So I'm hoping maybe we'll get a lot of video game, horror video game collabs for that time. Maybe we'll see some new Resident Evil skins. Maybe Devil May Cry. Maybe we'll finally get Dante, or something along those lines. But yeah, what do you guys think? I'm still holding out hope. Like, again, it may be pointless too, but I'm still hoping that we'll see some Nintendo stuff. There's two very obvious Nintendo references in this Battle Pass, and I'm just hoping that it's gonna play like the like that K-pop singer character from the last year's from Chapter 6 Season 4 with OXR with the Bug Elite Force. They put a K-pop singer skin in the game that just seemed completely out of place, but she was supposed to be a member of this demon bug hunting group. And I'm like, oh, a K-pop singer that hunts demon bugs. Sounds like K-pop demon hunters. And then, lo and behold, that same season, they actually brought in the real Huntrix skins. So maybe that's what they're doing here. Maybe this, not Link, maybe this bootleg Link and this go-kart character are teases for an upcoming big Nintendo collab. Maybe it won't even be this season. But I don't know. We know how Nintendo is, but we also know that Nintendo was okay with putting Samus in Fortnite back 5 years ago. They just didn't want her to be visible on other consoles. So, I don't know. I feel like it maybe could be either one. And I'm just hoping it's not still the case that Nintendo is just that stubborn about that. I'm like, could you maybe make just one exception? You don't have to do any other collabs if you don't want to, with any other game on any other platform. Make an exception for this, because this is the big video game collab game. It just is. Like, and if you want Mario to be as big as Mickey Mouse, you might want to get him out there in front of people who maybe otherwise wouldn't see him. I mean, I know that's kind of ridiculous to say about the most iconic video game character ever, but I mean, it couldn't hurt to have, people play on their Xbox, go into the online store, or when they see a news feed, when they boot up a game or something, and they see a picture of Mario's skin or a Link skin in a Fortnite ad, couldn't hurt. And hey, you'd make money off of the skins. Fortnite collab skins are always very popular. They always bring attention to whatever it is they're collabing with. So to me, it just makes sense, but you'd have to explain that to Nintendo, which I'm sure they understand. I'm sure they know what they could stand to gain, but it just feels more like a pride thing. Like, we don't have to put our characters on these other consoles, so we're not going to do that. Okay, well, it would be a lot of fun if you did. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you liked about this trailer and what you're looking forward to the new Override season. Appreciate you for watching. Did I say that already? I can't remember. I think I've tried to log out of here already. But I gotta get out of here. And we will see you when Override starts. Till then, see you later.